Hey, what's going on, guys? Bullets White guys here again. I'm Horizon. Today's video, as you can tell, I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Metalfoes Zoo deck. Now, the thing with my deck is that I actually run 50 cards in mine. The reason for that is, with Paleo not being a huge thing anymore, I see a lot of Infernoid Zoos still. So, just to combat the grass is greener, I just run 50. This deck is so consistent. You can get to your stuff so fast. It doesn't really matter. You end up burning through like 20 cards in your deck just to do, like the main zoo combo. So it's still like really consistent. I have no problems with it at all being at 50. So I think 50 is about the correct number. Another thing, the reason I wanted to play this deck is that I think Patrick Hoban said it the best. It has so many levels, so if you get D-barriered, which, D-barrier is not such a huge thing anymore with True Draco, you can still get access to your stuff. Like, if they hit Xyz, then your Zoo combo's cut off, and then you can do your Metalfoes stuff. If they hit your Metalfoes stuff, you still do your Zoo combo. So this deck has, like, just a ton of levels to get over stuff, and it's just a really fun and awesome deck. I wanted to play True Draco, I really did, but, it's expensive. It's a meta deck, so it's going to be expensive. And this deck's not as expensive. You probably get this deck for about $200. I think the Metalfoes stuff is like 25 to like 10 cents a piece. And another thing with True Draco is I didn't want to like drop that much money and not be able to go to events. Like, with college at the moment, I'm just not in a situation where I can just go to a ton of events and spend a ton of money. So it's like, why would I drop that much money just to play it on a local level? So I just picked up a fun deck I think is fun. Sorry for the long intro, but we'll go ahead and get started with this deck profile. So start off with the monsters. I run 3 of each of the Metalfoes. Like, 3 Gold Driver, 3 Silvered, 3 Stealing, 3 Volflame, and 3 Bismugear. A lot of people cut this card to 2. After figuring a 50 card deck, like, you want to see your Metalfoes, like, you want to see your scales. So running 3 of each, and, it's not a problem at all. And, it's like, they're your main combo starter with the zoo thing. Like, you pop Baboon and then you start your combo. So, running 3 of each of the Metalfoes, it's super consistent and you will see them in your opening hand. So I run 15 Metalfoes. And then I run 3 Eccentric, probably arguably one of the best cards in the deck, honestly. It's super good, because you can put it in the scale, and then pop a spell card, and then if it's in the monster zone, and you can use this monster effect, you pop a monster card. So it's, like, extremely good. A lot of times I find myself, like, normal summoning this, because this deck doesn't have a normal summon problem, so you could normal summon quite a bit, or not normal summon quite a bit, but you could normal summon it and not be, like, hurt you at all. You special summon it quite a bit. So with this, I find myself normal summoning a lot and then popping, and then you can overlay it with something, and then go into your zoo combo, and it's just a really good scale. Like, I just enjoy this card a lot. Like I said, it's like one of the best cards in the deck. And then next I run one of the Dragoons. This card could be searched off of a Broadbull, so it's just a searchable scale is all it's for. And then I do run the Infinity, so I run 1 Monolith and 1 Scout. It's, super easy. Like, I feel like if you can get to Infinity, it's just like one of the main things to protect your board against Regeki and stuff. So mainly what you do is you can, get this in your hand, or you can open it off of Summoner's Art, and then you just put it scale, search Monolith, and then you pop Scout with a Metalfoes card, and then you put another scale, and then you just pin summon these 2, overlay, and go to Infinity. So it's an extremely good combo. And that actually rounds it off for the Pendulums. Next I run the 3 Terror Top and 1 Tackleton Borg. Why not? And then one of the best cards for this deck is Baboon. It's really good. You pop it with the Metalfoes card, and then you can special summon both of your other ones from your deck, and then you can also use this effect to draw, and when you draw, you have a choice of putting one of your cards in your hand on the bottom or top of your deck. So this card really unbricks a lot of hands. That's why I said this deck is extremely consistent, and it's just an extremely good card. A lot of people actually don't like this card, and I don't understand why. I mean, it's not good going second, but it's, you know, it's just a really good card to get to your baboon. So what you do is you normal summon your Longfire Blossom, and then you tribute itself to summon the other two just to get their same effects because it deck thins, and then you special summon your baboon. So, you know, a lot of times I find myself opening this up first turn, and it's like, okay, great, I didn't open up baboon, but I opened up this so I can start my zoo combo. So, I mean, like I said, this deck doesn't have a normal summon problem, so you can normal summon it and it not hurt the deck at all. I would side this out going second. I do find myself siding out all three of this going second because you don't want to see it going second. So, I mean, if your opponent, like, you know, your opponent's going to choose to go first, and you just side it out, and it's a brick card going second. And then for the zoo stuff, I run the 2 rat and then the 1 whiptail. I don't search this a lot. I mainly search the other rat, but if I open up a rat, then I'll just search this, and it's just a good card because I mean, if your opponent attacks, then you can banish their monster. So, I mean, you just equip it to Dryden and then banish their monster. And then I run the 1 black sheep for the zoo combo. You don't do the +5, you can only do +2, but I mean, +2 is still great. 1 rescue rabbit, I couldn't find a foil version, don't get mad at me. And then the 1 maxi because it's maxi and it just wins. Alright guys, so for the spells, 1 fusion and then 1 full Metalfoes fusion. You run one of these because you can search it and recycle it easily. There's no point running more than 1. Fusion substitute for the fusion substitute combo. You run 2 painful decision just to search the 3 summoners art to search for scout and search for your skills if you don't open up any. 1 Regeki, you don't have to main deck this. I don't run D-Barrier or Stride because I can't remember the name of the pin, the Pendulum monster people use for strikes, and I don't run D-Barrier because I don't have them, and they're not that great in this format. And then the 2 counter and 1 combination. With combination, I find myself most time not using its fusion effect, but just to set it and pop it with a Metalfoes monster and you get the search. And then counter is actually really good. With Paleo, you can actually chain its effect in Grave, and it'll mess with their chain when they special summon from Grave by chaining a trap card. It actually just messes with the chain, so they don't actually get the special summon, so it's really good. And then the 1 Imperial Order. A lot of people don't run main deck this card. I actually found this card just to be too good not the main deck. It just shuts down like a lot of decks. So most time what I find myself doing is making my board and then flipping this up. And then if I need to get rid of it on my turn, I'll just pop it with Dryden, or I can pop get rid of it at Infinity whenever you have to pay the 700. So it's actually just a really good card. And then for the extra deck, run the 2 Mithrilium, 1 Alkahest, 1 Adamante, and then 1 Orichalk. That's it for the Metalfoes monsters. For the other fusion, I run the Norden. You don't use instant fusion, you actually use fusion substitute to make this, and you just use your fusion substitute combo with this. And then for the Zodiac stuff, I run all of these Dryad, Broadbull, Tiger Mortar, and Borbo. I just use the Borbo and Tiger Mortar just for extra materials for Dryad, so. And to get the rat effect to search. And then the Nova and Affinity, Emerald, Invoker, and then the Totem Bird. And that is it for the extra deck. For the side deck, it's always up to personal preference, but what I run is 2 DD Crow, 2 of the Sticky String Kaiju because you can pin summon this and you can't pin summon Gamma Seal. 2 Lancia, and then 2 Dark Hole, triple Twin Twister because this deck gets killed by anti-spell, and double Master Restrict because of True Draco, and then double Skull Invitation for grass, because they'll kill themselves. And that is actually it for this deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you click like. If you haven't already, click subscribe to stay up to date with all of our Yu-Gi-Oh content. I'm Horizon, and remember, believe in the heart of the cards.